everyone, it's Alyssa and welcome to You Can Learn Math.
Today we're talking about similar triangles, not congruent. Congruent is something else, link down below. We're talking about similar triangles. Similar triangles are triangles where one looks like a smaller or larger version of the other one. So I have our three pairs here in black, blue, and magenta. And you can tell probably pretty easily just by looking at them that, for example, this triangle is just a smaller version of this one. And same for each of these, that each of these are just smaller versions of those other triangles. That's what we're talking about when we say similar. The mathematical definition you read in your book, it may vary. Some will talk about how the one triangle could be translated or transformed so that it perfectly aligns on top of the other one. Yes, that is correct, obviously, but in real world sort of explanatory terms, we just mean that, it's a smaller or bigger version of that triangle, and it's maybe been spun, twisted, moved, but you could blow it up or shrink it and it would be the exact same as the other triangle. And when I say spin and shrink, they love doing that. So they love presenting the triangles more like this, where one of the triangles has been turned around, where it is not so easy to tell just by looking that these triangles are similar. Now, obviously, on a test or quiz or homework, you can't just put, well, they look the same. That's not going to fly. You are going to get marked completely wrong, even if you're like, but I can tell they're similar. Look at them. They're the same. I know, I feel you, but we can't do that. We have to look at this mathematically. And there are a couple of different things we can look at to see if these triangles are similar. So the first one, and let's do these two as an example. The first one that you might see mentioned is angle, 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 similarity. Now, if this sort of nomenclature or style of writing looks familiar, like if you've done congruent triangles and you're like, hey, didn't we have like side, 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 and side, angle, side, and angle, side, angle, and angle, angle, side? Isn't it the same kind of thing? It is. It's the same style of thing, but they're going to be different combinations of letters that prove similarity versus congruence. Just to make things even more difficult or challenging to keep these straight, there is some overlap. Yeah, there's some overlap here. I'm sorry. So you gotta memorize things. It's part of our schooling. We have to memorize things. So this one is uniquely to triangles that are similar, angle, angle, angle. And just like with the congruent triangles, we are looking for things that are the same. This is key. Not all of these are going to be the same. Angle, angle, angle is the same. So I want this angle to be exactly the same as this angle. This angle needs to be exactly the same as that angle. This angle needs to be exactly the same as that angle. If all three angles match exactly between these two triangles, they are similar. And if you are using this in a proof, you can put angle, 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 similarity theorem as your reason for why they are similar. Now, there's a property of triangles that I'm assuming at this point in your geometry journey you have heard before, that if you add the measure of these three angles together, it's going to equal 180 degrees. So if we think about this mathematically, let's say I knew that this angle was 50 degrees, and I knew that this angle up here was 85 degrees. How many options are there for this third angle? How many possibilities? Is there only one answer as to what that angle is? Yes, because if I'm adding these three angles together, they have to equal 180. So if I say 50 plus 85 plus this unknown angle equals 180, there's only one number that can go there. And if I do that math, that's going to be 45 degrees. That is the only possible number that can go there. So if I'm looking over here and I told you this angle is 50 and this one is 85, same thing. This little angle over here must be 45 degrees, just like this one. Now this property, where if I know two angles of a triangle, I know the third one, and it must be one and only 1 degree measure for that angle, is the reason why we don't need all three angles to prove similarity. We can just have two. So angle, angle, similarity. We can do that because the third angle is going to be the same as well in both triangles if the first two angles are identical. So there's our first two, angle, 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 and just angle, angle, which that makes it easier, right? Prove two angles are the same and those triangles are similar. Now the next phase of this is where the sides come into play. And as soon as the sides come into play, we are no longer going to be looking for identical sides, which I think you can tell because there's no way that these sides are going to be identical to each other, right? We can tell just by looking at them. One is much smaller than the other is much bigger than the other one. They're not going to be the same. What are they going to be? They are going to be proportional. They are going to make perfect little matching ratios. So to see this in action, if this side is 10 and this side is 5, and I can go either way, I can say the ratio here is 10 to 5, which I could reduce that and say it's 2 to 1. That's my ratio. And if these triangles are similar, all the sides are going to share that same ratio. So if this side is 8, this side would be 4. It would be that same 2 to 1 ratio. If this bottom down here were 14, this one would be 7. That same 2 to 1 ratio. Each of these fractions, 10 over 5, 8 over 4, 14 over 7, can be simplified to become 2 to 1. So if you see this, where all three sides form the same exact ratio to each other, then this pair of triangles, this set of triangles, they are similar. And it can go either way. I could start with this triangle and compare it to that one. Let me turn off that ink to shape. There we go. And for example, I could say it's 5 to 10, 4 to 8, 7 to 14, using all those sides. So it is a 1 to 2 ratio there. And be very careful when you're doing this. The one thing that can trip students up is if you are comparing the wrong sides. If you're comparing sides that don't match. So if I'm saying 7 to 10 and 5 to 14 and 4 to 8, I'm going to get 3 different ratios because here in the 4 to 8, I'm comparing sides that are corresponding. You're going to see that word a lot, these corresponding sides, the sides that match to each other that are in the same relative position. But this 5 to 14, those are not corresponding sides. And the 7 to 10, those are not corresponding sides. So be very careful on that, especially when you get, if I can move down here, when you get things like this, where they're spinning them around and they're twirling the triangles. It is super, super important to make sure that you are putting those corresponding sides in those ratios, that you are making sure those are the correct sides. So here I have shown that these two triangles, each of their sides has the same ratio. If I'm going smaller to bigger, it's 1 to 2. If I'm going bigger to smaller, it's 2 to 1. They are proportional. This is called side, side, side similarity. Yes, there is a side, side, side congruence. In that one, it is all three sides are identical. They are congruent. They are the same. Here, they are proportional. They have the same ratio. That's the critical difference. So side, side, side similarity, they have the same proportion. There's one other one that also involves the sides, And this is where you don't have all three sides. Now, if you just had two sides, unlike the angles, if you just have two angles, you can prove similarity. With two sides, you can't. You cannot prove similarity if it's just the two sides. Because, for instance, if this angle right here was, say, 50 degrees, and this angle right here was 45 degrees, this 50-degree angle, this is open wider, this is longer proportionately for this triangle, and this one would be shorter proportionately in that triangle. I could take one and have a side that's 5 and a side that's 7, and it go like that. I could have a triangle with a side of 5 and a side of 7 go like that. I could have a triangle with a side of 5 and a side of 7 and go like that. Those are three very different triangles if I connect those ends. So just two sides does not cut it. You need an angle. And if you're guessing that this is the angle that you need, you're absolutely right. Once that angle is locked in, then that other side is locked in. There's only one possible length for that side. So what this means is there is a side angle side similarity theorem, where if you are going around the triangle, so you have a side, then the angle touching that side, then the next side touching that angle. You have to be going one way or the other around that triangle and meet those three things in order. So side, angle, side, they have to be touching. It has to be. That's very critical. I can't stress that enough. If it is the angle up here, that is not a side, angle, side. Because if I'm going around, side, whoop, there's no angle, side, that would be a side, side, angle. They have to be in order going clockwise or counterclockwise around the triangle. So very critical. Now, if in this example, let's say if I was given this information and I say, oh, both of these angles match, the angles are identical. That's the important one. This angle has to be identical and the sides have to be proportional. They have to be a ratio. That's what I'm looking for. So first, the angles are identical. Yes, they are. They are both 45 degrees. Now I look at the sides that are making up that angle. This one I have 10 and 14. So I have 5 and 7. I want to see if those ratios are the same. Want to make sure I'm using corresponding sides. This one is the longest side of the triangle, so it's the easiest to identify. Over here, there's the longest side. So I go, okay, 14 to 7. There's my ratio, 14 to 7, which simplifies to 2 to 1. Does my other one match that? 10 to 5. 10 to 5. Why, yes, that does simplify to 2 to 1. So I have proved both of the sides have the same ratio to each other, and both of the angles are the same. These triangles are similar because of side, angle, side similarity.
I hope you enjoyed that today. If it was helpful, useful in any way, please like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye.